When we heard the Pentagon was planning a armed humanitarian invasion of the Bay Area, we decided to join the Navy. We grabbed our cameras and set out to greet the fleet. Actually, we joined the Peace Navy. The exercise began with the arrival of 5 naval warships, accompanied by monstrous 88-ton, 88-foot-long marine hovercraft. Each one was big enough to carry 4 M1A1 tanks. These massive vessels crossed the bay shrouded in huge clouds of spray. Helicopters hovered overhead, 1,000 feet above the ground. Humvees, light armored vehicles, 5-ton trucks, and fighter jets added to the din. The invasion force included 6,000 sailors and Marines, and subjected local residents to 14 waves of hovercraft landings, more than 40 aircraft overflights, and the detonation of powerful flashbang grenades. They also introduced this stealth warship, first time seen. The 4 days of mock urban combat, which took place at Oakland's abandoned Oak Knoll Naval Hospital, included the firing of 24,000 blank rounds. The gunfire began at 7:30 each morning and continued for 7 hours. The Pentagon's so-called land warriors were equipped with the latest in communications and weaponry. Meanwhile, the civilian actors who were portraying rebels were equipped with backpacks that were sensitive to laser lights. If your lamp flashed, you were dead. Here's a case of a sniper attack on a civilian. The people are rushing to the aid. Medics were on hand. Civilians hit the ground and take cover as the military responds to an enemy attack. Helicopters began to arrive, containing loads of civilians, suspected enemy, potential enemy combatants. The people who have been seized rush out of the helicopter under guard and prepare to be interrogated at a staging camp nearby.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Bob Love. I'm the commanding officer of Combat Service Support Enterprise. Our mission is to provide logistic support to the Special Purpose Marine Air Ground Task Force and to provide for humanitarian assistance, disaster relief to displaced persons. Our primary role in that capacity is really to reduce and relieve the suffering of these folks, whether it be due to earthquake, fire, or civil unrest. Protect the safety of the displaced person within the camp. If you follow me, the next tent we'll go into will be the processing tent.
Urban Warrior was actually an international invasion. It involved not only U.S. troops, but soldiers from Britain, Canada, and Israel. Civilian role players we detained and interrogated in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Korean, and French. Urban Warrior gave the Pentagon and its contractors an opportunity to trot out some of its latest experimental weaponry, including this little robot. This is a system called the Claws. This roof-mounted weapon was able to sense acoustic signals and zero in on targets using sound alone. While we were talking with the technician, I pointed out that the weapon appeared to be honing in on our conversation. Look out behind you. Over the course of the exercise, Urban Warrior's vehicles consumed 18,063 gallons of fuel and generated 1.2 tons of air pollution. The nitrous oxides produced were 3.4 times greater than the Bay Area Air Quality Management District's significant threshold, and these figures didn't include the pollution from military aircraft. During Urban Warrior's grand finale on March 18th, Marines discharged 60 smoke bombs and 8,000 rounds of blanks in a single hour. It did not look like a humanitarian mission.